everybody, to another episode of Tally Book Troubleshooting. Once again, we're still here at the Permian Basin International Oil Show, having a great time. I'm your host, Keith Stelter. Want to send a huge shout out to the Wireline Group for sponsoring the podcast party of the Permian Basin International Oil Show, happening right here in my hometown. Well, hometown now, I guess, Odessa, Texas, at the Ector County Coliseum. Having a great time. I have some special guests beside me. Actually, you know what? I don't know anybody will know this, or maybe they won't care. But because it's Odessa, Texas, my neighbor, I have somehow snuck him onto the podcast party. Dax Barnhart, thank you very much for coming on. Roger, your dad, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Jesse, also part of Dax Barnhart Bolt. I'm sorry about that.
Jesse's our Hobbs location manager.
Hobbs location manager. Gentlemen, why don't you do a little bit of introduction yourself? If you're not on LinkedIn, or if you're on LinkedIn, Dax has got a LinkedIn profile. Finally, I hear he'll finally take connections. Jesse's also on LinkedIn. Search him out, connect with him. I know they'd love to make the connection. Dax, tell us a little bit about yourself and Barnhart Bolt.
Well, we opened in 1993. My dad, Roger, has been selling nuts and bolts since before I was born, probably. When did you start in fasteners?
1974.
74, and I was born in 74, so almost 47 years now, a few days here. But we have a place in Midland, a place in Hobbs, and a place in Odessa. We sell all types of oil field and industrial fasteners, B7 stud bolts of all grades and types, coatings and colors and finishes, U-bolts, coated U-bolts, flanges, gaskets.
What kind of gaskets? What's any type? All big types? What?
Flex gaskets, ring gaskets, paper gaskets. Does that cover all of our gaskets?
All the gaskets?
All types of gaskets.
Perfect. Roger, what got you to start Barnhart Bolt?
I actually was half owner of another boat company here, and finally decided I wanted to do it by myself, and started this place in 1993, and now we have over 50 employees, 3 locations, and everything's going really well.
Where are all 3 locations though?
We have Odessa, Midland, and Hobbs, New Mexico.
Perfect. Great to hear. Jesse, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I started here about 4 years ago. I was previously working at another fastener company, the one he started originally, actually, but started for that Hobbs store, and it's going great. New Mexico's blowing up right now as far as oil and gas goes, especially in the Hobbs area. So tons of support from these guys. I've never worked for a better place than Barnhart Bolt, and it's going good. All 3 stores. We're young, not that young of a company, but we're dynamic and growing right now, especially. A lot of really interesting, great things happening for the company right now.
Things are good, a lot of growth. We're going to have we're going to set a record this month for our largest sales month ever in the history of the company. We're in the middle of building a new location that will move our current existing Odessa location down a couple blocks to the new location. We outgrew it years ago. Those guys have been busting at the seams for years. We finally found a property we could buy, so we'll build a nice new facility that should be open hopefully February, March.
You're gonna have a big grand opening with lots of...
Yeah, we will. When we get closer to the time, we actually know when we're gonna be able to move in.
Perfect. You might need some live streaming or something from that time.
It'd be awesome.
I know a guy that lives close to me that could probably help us out with that.
It's on LinkedIn.
Yes, sir. Have you seen, is the rise in the activity, you have a great sales month, is it directly proportional, do you think, to the rise in oil prices, or do you have other outside factors you're betting on, or is it just prices driving everything?
It's really, it's so crazy coming out of COVID. 2019, we were just rocking and rolling. Everybody was just having a blast, and oil was at a good number that seemed sustainable. It wasn't too high, it wasn't too low, which is what we always hope for out here in the oil patch. And then, of course, we had all the stuff going on with Russia. Next thing you know, we got negative oil prices. Next thing you know, we got COVID taking over, and everybody knows how 2020 was. We've been fighting our way back, just like probably I'm sure most everybody out here has. since then. Finally getting back to those 2019 numbers, so that's definitely comforting. Seeing lots of stuff in the news about how high oil is now, and some analysts even predicting $200 a barrel. Great for West Texas folk who can afford to pay $6 a gallon for gasoline. Probably not the rest of the country. We love it when we know that when gas is high, oil's high, we're making money, we're rolling. We like that. Hurts everybody else. So yeah, definitely prices are always going to drive production. And we've got some pretty high prices. I think we're 84, 83-ish, 84.
Everyone's staying really disciplined as far as the drilling. They're not just going out there and trying to drill everything they can
No,
drill.
baby, drill. Yeah,
No, not yet.
Great to see.
Keeping the prices pretty stable, so that helps.
A lot of companies didn't make it through 2020. The fact yours did is a testament to you, gentlemen. Congratulations. What did you guys do? Was it just cost cutting? Was there any other kind of special measures that got you through those? Last year was a tough year.
Yeah, it was tough. Fortunately, we didn't have to lay anybody off.
Oh, congratulations. That's amazing.
We work really hard in our company, our organization, not to get too far ahead of ourselves. If we ever have any debt, we pay it as fast as we can. We always put money back for these rainy days, and 2020 was definitely a rainy year.
Yeah.
But that just having that mentality of not spending more, not biting off more than you can chew, has got us to where we are today. But it was still challenging. You still
sounds like you're a smart business guy. You made all the right decisions. You can take a little bit of credit. Come on, man. I said, not a lot of people, were as fortunate. So
2020 is challenging, because with prices and oil falling and business dropping, at the same time, everybody in the world sending you letters basically demanding you cut your prices as low as you possibly can. And I know that's from all sides, but I mean, it was a crazy year. I hope we don't have to do that again anytime soon.
As a gentleman who has been around a little bit, I'm not trying to imply anything.
That's fine.
With 2020, is there a time where you could think was close to that? Because I would say 2020 had to be one of the worst ever.
The early 80s, the big bust in the early 80s was like we went to lunch. When we came back from lunch, there was no more phone calls. It was horrible. And we got rid of stuff. We didn't get rid of people. We kept all of our people. But, the early 80s was bad.
That's one of the good things about this company. I haven't been to a meeting yet where we went to a meeting and they didn't ask what we could do for the guys in the back in the warehouse crew.
We take care of our employees.
It makes a huge difference.
It starts at the top. The companies that really care about the employees, the company, every employee then becomes a salesman or a spokesman for the company, and you're stronger together than you are as an individual. So big a testament to you.
We feel like, of course, I'm sure a lot of people do. We feel like we have some of the best employees, but we strive to really take care of our employees and listen to our employees, and make things at work comfortable for them, and you can see in the production that we get back from it that they appreciate.
And we got long-term employees. I mean, I think Ryan's been there 22 years.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that started when they were literally 18, 19, 20 years old, and they've been with us for a decade or more already at this point.
That's huge in today's world.
Yeah, it's something to be proud of.
In closing, what makes Barnhart Bolt different than what stands apart? Is it the people? Is there the solution?
People, service, pricing, availability of inventory.
You have it on the shelf even during these supply crunches.
Yeah, it's been challenging. Everybody knows that right now it's challenging to get inventory and put stuff on the floor in your shelves. But we've got a great inventory built up right now. We have tons and tons of stuff coming in that's in the pipeline right now. So we feel like we're pretty well set up to handle needs. Behind the curve a little bit, but everybody is. I mean, that's the real thing, the challenge now. You come out of this year where everything is dead and everybody's basically quits buying stuff, quits producing stuff, and then all of a sudden it fires up and it's crazy again. Trying to get back to those levels again from 19 to 20 and then back up. I mean, it's definitely a challenge. We've call anybody. We have good vendors. We have some of the best customers, and we just go out there and we do it every single day as best as we possibly can.
Any special shout outs you guys want to make before we wrap it up here?
Just all of my crew, everybody that works for us just does a phenomenal job. Thanks to Roger, that we're sitting here even having this conversation with you in the first place. My son's 28, and we celebrate our 28-year anniversary for Barnhart Bolt this year. So that tells you something. I know every time he has a birthday, I know that we just celebrated another year. So things are good right now, and we feel like we'll be here. We're excited to see what's going. Our plan is to expand, and we want to be the supplier for everybody out here when it comes to their fastener needs and anything beyond that we can take care of.
We added flanges to our product line here recently, and we're going to do some more additions too, just to have more items to take care of our customers.
Perfect. Sounds good. Diversifying is always a good. Well, not always. It's good in this case. Perfect.
In this case.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. And everybody reach out. Barnhart Bolt here, local Permian company, coming to you from the Permian Basin International Oil Show for Exeter Coliseum, brought to you by the Wireline Group Podcast Party. And to everybody out there, that's how you troubleshoot.